The next thing you need to do before you're ready to write as fast as you need to write for NaNoWriMo is you need to care. And sometimes you need to wish. Hi guys, I'm oddfud. I'm doing NaNoWriMo a little bit differently this year. I'm doing an all Preptober, or maybe even the whole season. I'm going to be prepping to prepare myself to write a bunch of books next year, hopefully, or at least have the outlines ready to show people, to show that I have lots of stories ready to be written as soon as they need it. I have been doing NaNoWriMo for several years, and when this November came around, I just wasn't ready to do that. And the reason for that is because I had a lot of different ideas going on at once that I need to get down and outline. I have a good amount of experience outlining because I do not write without an outline. In fact, I would be such a bad writer. I don't know how people do it. So I'm hoping to reach out and find some people who are similar to me who need to plan and be very prepared in order to write. So in NaNoWriMo, you typically are supposed to write 50,000 words in a month, and I've done that, but I did not do that without a very strong Preptober, and a big part of the actual Preptober is the stuff that goes on in your head beforehand, and this is step number 5, and step number 5 is care/wish. Yesterday's video, I said that you're going to go from, if you don't have a lot of passion about your characters and you don't care about them, doing this is going to take you from not caring and not being passionate to being passionate and to a point where you need to write. It's going to make you really want to get this book out there, because if there are people out there that are like you and could really stand to hear the things that you need to say and the things that you want to say, that's going to help you really stay motivated when you write. Something that you can start with is just caring about the people around you. Care about your friends, care about your family, care about yourself. Care about your inner child and the inner children of the people around you. Care about the yous that are in parallel universes, the yous that do not exist because you took this path and that you took that path. Care about your enemies. Care about your villains. This is going to make writing a lot easier, because you will start to have motivation in yourself to write, but you'll also see motivation in your characters. This does not come naturally. To some people, it comes a lot more easily than others. It is a little bit more intuitive for people to care and to wish for others, but I think it takes a little bit of self-reflection, a little bit of therapy sometimes, to be able to do this and to do it well, and to do it in a very productive way. So I probably thought that I cared about everyone that I was around for most of my life, but I don't think I really started caring about people until the pandemic. There are some times where I had blips where I got a little bit better each time, and then during the pandemic I had a reckoning. Everything that I was building myself up to be was kind of shattered and dusted away, and then all that was left was my ability to care. And I think that was common for a lot of people. Then after the pandemic, I started to do a lot of self-therapy, and then I actually got into actual talk therapy, and I thought about my chakras, and I thought about all sorts of things. Caring about myself helps me to care about other people, and even fictional people that I make up. Caring about yourself and going through a lot of inner healing can really help you find your inner child, the younger version of you, or the little girl inside of you, the little boy inside of you that needed more than it was given, or wanted more than it was given. Now, obviously, I didn't need anything because I'm still here, I'm still alive, and I'm still doing stuff. But like, if I could go back and give the care that I really wanted to my younger self, like my teenage self especially, but even younger and like even older, like well into my 20s, I was still kind of suffering. And if I could go back and give certain aspects to myself and give the kind of care that that girl really needed, like, I would do it. And writing is the only way that I can do that. I don't have a time machine, and I don't want to mess up anything on the timeline because I'm pretty happy with how things turned out. But thinking about your inner self that way can really help to change things for your characters. Or maybe there was something that you didn't realize until you were like 28, but you want to write it in a way that a 16-year-old will realize. A lot of these things can help you with your characters. Much of the time, you can't just rely on yourself. There's not enough meat there to be able to write a lot of different books. So you have to care about the people around you. And the people around you are like, listen to their stories. Ask them what they needed when they were 15, 16, 17. Ask them what they needed when they were 8 and like why they didn't get it. And not only will that make you a little bit of a better friend, but it'll also get you thinking about different things that you could do for your characters. And it's also a way that you can write different characters. So earlier in this video, I said to care about your enemies and your villains. Now, enemies and villains, they all have a backstory and they all have a reason why. So people talk about like their villain origin story. So care about those. Think about those. If you have a villain in your life, or if you have an enemy in your life, think about what they could add to your characters. Not only your main characters, but also your side characters, because your main character should also have enemies and villains. Because if they don't, then why are you writing a story about them? A way that you might be able to sidestep the awkwardness and discomfort of thinking about your enemies and villains in that way is to just be curious. Be curious about their wants and their needs and their false ones. Those are all things that we will cover in a video coming up. And if you're curious about those, then maybe you will be able to figure a little bit more out. To wrap it up in a pretty easy way, if you're able to care for the inner children of your friends and your family and the people that you care about, the children that you know, and the villains in your life, if you're able to care about them and wish things for them, then this step will be a lot easier. And moving on to the next step of planning and writing will happen a lot more easily. So think about what you wish for the people around you and what you wish you could have done or could do now for the people in your life. So that's a nice, easy one for today. We're going to start soon getting to actual steps that I do in my outlining process, things that I actually have to write down, and actual steps that I've learned from other people. If you've made it this far in this video and you like it, give me a thumbs up. It really helps me, and it helps the YouTube algorithm know what to push out, and it helps everyone to know that there are people like you out there who like this kind of content, and they will encourage more people to make more content like this. If you want to hear more from me, please subscribe to this channel. I have a lot more videos about prepping and outlining this month, and then in the future, hopefully I will have more videos about the writing process, and then also the process of finding an agent and getting published one day, and I hope to share that all on here. Ring the bell to be notified for tomorrow's video. Tomorrow's video is something very dear to my heart, and I cannot wait to share it. So thanks so much for watching this one, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!